welcome back everyone, welcome back to another day, another broadcast here of the HomeStory Cup 28 Revelation Retake Group Stage, Group D, the final group of the group stage. We're here, we finally made it, making our way through into eventually the playoffs. Let's go, let us go. I'm of course just live VIP with you. I'm joined by these amazing players and by the people in the chat as well. Speaking of the people in the chat, first things first, a big shout out to the Zerg Lord. Fala galera, obrigado, papi, obrigado. Thank you so much for the raid. Great to see you back, papi. It's been years. It's been a long time. For those who don't know, the Zerg Lord is a Brazilian Zerg player. He was a pro player a couple of years ago back in the day, was an active competitor, and was one of the best Zerg players in Latin America back when the Latin American scene was more active, referring to, you know, players like Ryu, players like Eric, Jim Rising, Cham, Universe, the Zerg Lord, back when Darker named, of course, was an active player as well. Oh my god, Huevito, Eggs, Egg even as well. There was a lot of Zerg competition, and the Zerg Lord was amongst the best of them as well, and yeah, it's been a while, so great to see that you are back. And also I believe Code for Giants Cup, if you check out Cosmos' stream, I believe Code for Giants Cup is returning this weekend, so you can compete if you wish. If you're at a level that you feel comfortable with, then maybe consider playing in the next Code for Giants Cup. It'll be over the weekend, which is going to be a Brazilian only tournament, so we could see more. Likewise though, also a big shout out to Stan in the chat. Thank you so much for the gifted subs to the community. Thank you so much. Gifting a sub to Malo, gifting a sub to Bruce, gifting a sub to Canedas, Mali Parades. I just woke up, and Summonations as well. But thank you so much, Stan, for the gifted subs. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much. Stan, and also Zerg Lord. ¿Cómo vamos? Vamos bien. Just woke up, we're ready for some StarCraft, ready for some HomeStory Cup. Now, very quickly here, as always, we must reiterate, when it comes to HomeStory Cup, we have been the official B stream for HomeStory Cup for the past couple of years, but unfortunately for this most recent HomeStory Cup, we were unavailable. In general, January was just a really rough month for us. We were barely available for casting, barely available for StarCraft, so January was very rough. But that's why we've been catching up with everything we can, catching up with Rongi Cup, catching up with Thunderfire, catching up with HomeStory Cup, and eventually catching up with Little League Cup as well. So basically February for us has been a bit of a catch-up month, and we still have more catching up to do in regards to the HomeStory Cup, in regards to Little League Cup, Pigstar Cups, and Wardy TV Mondays. So there's a bunch of content, a bunch of StarCraft we have been trying to catch up on, and a part of that is the group stage of HomeStory Cup. We already covered Group A, B, C, and now tonight is Group D. Let's go. Let us go. When it comes to tonight's matches, we do have a plethora available to you here. It's going to be five best of threes back to back, one after the other. We do feature Group D featuring players like Rainer, his brother as well, BabyMarine. We got the battle of the brothers later on in the evening. I don't think I've ever casted Rainer versus BabyMarine before. I'm sure it's happened, maybe. I don't know. Like the problem is that Rainer is not the most active player in online tournaments, and I don't know how often they play against each other in offline events, right? Like how often they hit each other. So I'll double check after the broadcast. I hope that I'm reminded, or I hope that I remember, but I would love to see the history between these two players, because I'm sure they might have played, but it would have been few and far between. Obviously there's a favored player there, but yeah, it's fun to see the two brothers in the same group facing off against each other. Remember, this is a round robin group stage, so everyone plays against everyone. So we got Rainer, we got BabyMarine, we got Trigger, we got SKillous, we got Showtime as well, and Letalix. And we are going to be covering 5 best of 3s tonight. So tomorrow we're going to be live with the second half of Group D. If you notice here on the title of the stream, it does state Part 1. We do have a Part 2. There are that many games, that many matches worth covering as well. So we'll be covering Part 2 tomorrow. And then after that, over the weekend, the playoffs will be taking place here as well. So we're going to be working through HomeStory Cup for those who did miss out. I did miss out on HomeStory Cup, so we're catching up. See, la grasa as well. Buenas noches, patas. Buenas noches. Quack. Shema. To all those in the chat as well. Shema. But yes, we do have our 5 best ofs, and we'll be beginning the broadcast off with a bit of a cheeky PvT. Let's go. Up first is going to be SKillous versus BabyMarine. We were going to be starting things off with Rainer versus Trigger, but I'll save that a little bit until, you know, the second or third match of the broadcast, just because this is a pretty high profile match, and, you know, people, they're going to wake up. They're going to tune in for the StarCraft. But now that, let's go. Game 1 is going to be on Winter Madness. Let's go. So we have our Terran versus Protoss. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Winter Madness, we have the Italian Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Streamer Zone. It is BabyMarine. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. We go. Bienvenidos everyone, bienvenidos one and all. Welcome to Winter Madness. Winter Madness is one of the larger maps of the map pool, but also, very quickly, great to see SKillous once again and BabyMarine. They're not the most active players nowadays. SKillous especially, like, he's one of the best Protoss players in all of Europe, but has been a little bit, has been taking a bit of a step back, has not been as active as he once was around a month or so ago. So in recent times we've seen a little bit less of SKillous. I have high hopes for him in the group, but we'll see how he does compare to a younger up-and-comer here. BabyMarine likewise has been slowly rising through the ranks here, has been relatively active when it comes to online tournament participation, and has always shown sparks of brilliance as well. We'll see how he compares. We shall see. Oh, true, he's old enough to drink now. True. I mean, he's like in his early 20s by now, right? Question mark? Hold on. Because he was born in 2005. Jesus. 20 years old. Like, I can't. These goddamn kids, papi. Ay. SMH my head. That's crazy. That's crazy. He's a baby. I mean, he is. He's BabyMarine. But now then, for now we are going to be settling up. I feel like the question has to be asked about this player here as well. Like, we always talk about, hey, when is young Yakov going to graduate into old Yakov? True. Same thing with this player here. When does BabyMarine become teen Marine? When does he become young adult Marine? When? If at all. Hey. But now then, we do have our initial opener, double gas opener out of BabyMarine, going for more tech heavy starts, going for a faster factory into a delayed CC, and we even have the CC on the high ground as well. So a very safe setup here out of BabyMarine. Typically when you go for a CC on the high ground, we're going to be skipping earlier tech, so obviously there's going to be no fast tech lab into Marauder, for example, and you can see there's no tech lab into Cyclone either. Instead, opening up Reaper Heli to be active across the map, not too concerned with at-home defense. Meanwhile, SKillous across the map, opening up Twilight Council into most likely Blink in towards the mid game. My eyes are mainly going to be on BabyMarine for more shenanigans, for more aggression, for more unorthodox play at times. As the Reaper is going to be zoned away. My kid is 22. No. We're all becoming old. We all know he's going to be skipping steps and be called the molding Marine. Not like this. Poor BabyMarine. It's true. StarCraft does age you faster. That is true. That's why Eba's an old man now. Smurge. I think it was the last time Eba was streaming and he was like, yo, I'm getting too old for this. Like, I should. It's like my hands aren't as fast as they used to be. It's goddamn kids on the ladder. What can I do? Getting old. Meanwhile, Eva's like 17 years old. He's Feels bad, man. But now though, For now, we are going to be settling in. We do have our follow-up here. So it was, again, double gas into a faster factory, into a faster starport, into a committed tech structure here, opening up a Banshee, Cloak Banshee at that. So again, quite committed play here by BabyMarine. We'll see if this can pay for itself. For now, SKillous is in the dark. SKillous, he has not gotten a full scout in the main base, so he's playing blind at the moment, but he does have the Robo on the way. Observer is going to be on the way as well. Speaking of, there it is. Observer is going to be routed across the map, and we'll see how long it takes to really get an eye on what is going on and whether or not the Banshee can find some damage. Like, thankfully for BabyMarine, there's no sentry, right? There's no sentry, there's no hallucination. It is going to be a delayed scout out of SKillous. Oh, as Healing Reaper does back off, does pull away. 17 going 70. Ah, no. That's what they say. Some Protoss spell making us old. Oh, God. I can guarantee that Storm was definitely doing that back in the previous patch. True, true. As behind this, we do have our charge follow-up. SKillous claiming his third base. Quickly catching up, though, it was 2-gate. Okay, so 2-gate blink into a robo, into a third. So relatively economic opening here by SKillous. The Observer's now moving in. As the Observer moves in, the Banshees are going to be moving out. And again, SKillous, he still has not yet confirmed what's going on. The Banshees are coming. Meanwhile, tank is in position. Plenty of Marines. No bunker, so a little bit vulnerable back at home. But again, the Observer is still coming out. Now, is the second Observer? Yes, okay. So we have a safety second Observer back at home. So even though SKillous doesn't scout the main base, he's playing it safe just in case. He does keep the Observer back at home, just in position to defend against the Banshees. Nice positioning despite that. 1, 2, 3, 4 probes go down. Nice one-shotting here by the Banshees. Again, 2 Banshees, they one-shot, 4 probes go down, and they back away. Two back away at the same time. Reaper heading in towards the third and getting 1 extra probe, nothing major. 1 more worker goes down. Sorker gets punished trying to blink into the main base. So far, BabyMarine doing well for himself. Does some economic damage, defending back at home, building up with a stim, combat shields, and will soon be able to move out. Most likely going to be waiting for his medevacs though, before we can start to move out. There we go, medevacs are now on the way. Banshees, they actually do turn back around. Still being active. As the first Banshee falls. BabyMarine, he's going for a third CC, so no crazy 2 base all in, there's no extra axes, so we're just going to be building up, moving out, claiming a third base, and we should be able to advance from here into the mid game. We're getting there. As BabyMarine expands, that does create an opening for SKillous. But as long as BabyMarine chills back at home, we should be fine. Should be fine. Setting up defensively. Peeling off a double drop. Now, BabyMarine, he has to be careful here. If he does end up losing these 2 drops without trading, it's going to be difficult to maintain the third, as that will trigger a counterattack. SKillous is in position. Plenty of charge lots. SKillous, he should be fine. BabyMarine, yeah, he has to get the hell out of here. He spots the army, lifts up, boosts away. Again, good call here by BabyMarine. He's still looking for damage. Scan reveals the army. Reveals the 4th base. Oh, moving out with everything this time. He gets spotted by the Observer. Oof. Yeah, SKillous. He sees everything. He spots the on-siege tanks. He's diving in. Tanks to siege. He does force the siege. Thankfully, thankfully BabyMarine does react in time. Forcing another siege. SKillous this time, he does commit in. Leading off some zealots. BabyMarine still pushing forward. This time we commit. The tanks are going to go down. Yeah, 1, 2 tanks. Not a single shot goes off. Nice mine connections. And Widow Mines, they do pop up. But overall, this is still a better trade here for the Protoss. Skills, he gets across the map as well. Delays mining. Trying to catch the main army. Not quite able to. BabyMarine, he does get away. But Skills, he can chase. That's the scary thing here. Skills, he can keep chasing. He can warp in across the map. We got the proxy pylon. And BabyMarine, he's in danger. He's in danger. He's in trouble. Skills consolidating his army. 4th base is spotted. And remember, BabyMarine, he just lost all of his Widow Mines and all of his tanks. He just lost them all. Bad. The army's committing in. And warping in 6 outside of time. Thankfully, BabyMarine, there's no gateway, so slow warp-ins. Slow reinforcements. Oof. But it still might be too much. Nice move with the Stalkers because they focus on the first Viking. There's 1 Viking left. Gets both Vikings. More Zealots are coming in, and it looks like this may just be too much. Again, the Bio Army is just so heavily weakened. There's barely any Marines left. 1 Colossus might go down. Oh, gets 1. Just 1. Yeah, Skillous overall. GG gets called, and SKillous takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. SKillous does take a lead in the series. Again, things were pretty even, pretty back and forth between the 2 players, finding damage with the Banshees, finding damage with the Reaper Hellion, but BabyMarine, he got caught with his pants down in the center of the map. We spoke about it at the time when he was being active with his double drop, but if BabyMarine lost his double drop, then he would trigger a counterattack and he would not be able to defend the 3rd. Instead, we went 1 step further. He moved out with everything, unsiege the tanks, unsiege the Widow Mines, or lift the Widow Mines, unburied I should say, moved out with the entirety of the army, and he lost all of his high-tech units. He lost his tanks, his Widow Mines, he lost a massive chunk of bio as well, and that meant that after that engagement, after that failed move out, SKillous could keep pushing. He could keep pushing, he could counterattack and break the 3rd. Thankfully for SKillous, he had that pylon set up ahead of time, so he could just reinforce and break that expansion before BabyMarine could stabilize after those losses. GG. GG, well played. So again, a really rough move out there from BabyMarine. He got caught with his pants down. It's unfortunate that that he didn't spot the observer, right? There was an observer over the army for the entirety of that move out. If you could find it, if you could shut it down, then maybe SKillous would be a little bit more hesitant about diving, because he wouldn't know when and where the tanks were sieging or unsieging. So maybe there would have been some opportunities there, but alas, GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're now getting into game 2. Jumping into game 2, going to be loading into 10,000 feet. Let's go. One of the smaller maps in the map pool. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of 10,000 feet, we have the Italian Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Streamer Zone. It is BabyMarine. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. It is SKillous. Here we go. We are jumping into game 2 here, and as we do, welcome to 10,000 feet. 10,000 feet is one of the smallest maps in the map pool with shorter rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored here. For the most part, it has a bit of a give and take. I will say that the initial 4-base setup here is relatively secure just because of how close the bases are to each other. Rotating back and forth and positioning yourself in between these 4 bases is quite easy, or is easier. At the same time, a smaller map, a shorter rush distance. If a fight goes poorly, if for example we had the same outcome as last game, or the same scenario where BabyMarine moves out, gets caught in the middle, loses the tanks, gets forced back, the game will end so much faster. The game ends much faster here, just because SKillous hits even harder and breaks through across the map harder, and there's just less time to react with BabyMarine. So this map can be more unforgiving if you take a bad fight. But if you stay defensively, like, yeah, you can hold on quite easily, quite nicely, and try to force a longer game. So we'll see. Already we have a different opener, single gas. Single gas opener, faster CC out of BabyMarine, so economic start out of our Terran player. Does go for something more economic. SKillous likewise going for standard opener as well. So as a reminder, last game we did have a commitment into Reaper Hellion into Cloak Banshee. This time we have something very different. Oh, hello, as this is going to be an earlier tech lab. So it's going to be ranks expand into earlier tech lab. From here we can go into early Marauder production and ideally try to punish the Protoss. Oh, no, never mind. Going for the add-on swap into Cyclone. So this is a very safe opener. Cyclone keeps you safe against Oracles, against early Adepts, early Stalkers, against any kind of early game units. So safer follow-up here out of BabyMarine. But into a second Rax. Okay. So last game, BabyMarine, he was playing for the mid game. He wanted to expand. He wanted to get a third base up and running. This time, a second Rax gets thrown down. We have a 2-1 setup. We're expecting a third Rax from here into a 3-1-1. Into a strong bio setup into an early stim timing. So we'll see if it's going to be a starport for a 2-1-1 or a fast third Rax. Oh god. As the CC is going to be delayed. The Cyclone will deal with this, but that's a big delay on the CC. BabyMarine is banking up 500 minerals. Oh my god. We should be able to afford another production building here. Yeah, there it is. That is very late. Oh, disrupted build here by BabyMarine. As the early game and the early shenanigans did maybe get to him a little bit, but that is a very late Rax. Very late third Rax. But there's Stim. And as we mentioned, we have the 3-1 setup here. This could be indicative of a 2-base all-in. Again, like there's just so many Marines, there's so much emphasis on the bio army. Tank production has begun. We'll see if BabyMarine even gets a starport. But a much more aggressive follow-up compared to last game. Much more committed. +1 is on the way. Maybe that should hit with +1. SKillous is going to be opening up 2 gates in the main base and a 1 gate in the natural, so 3-gate blink. 3-gate blink, safety robo as well, very safe play out of SKillous. I do like this, he's getting War Prism, so he's going to be applying some pressure to his opponent. Remember, SKillous should be expanding behind this. SKillous does move out. Yeah. He moves out. Remember, he's not committed. He does expand behind this, but he can just poke in, pick up a bunker, pick up some SCVs. Blinks further into the mineral line. Oh, does blink in. Lock-on is broken. Marine's going to be going down. A Stim is available. There's a first Stim. Stim does catch 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 Stalker kills. Very nice. Catching out 3 Stalkers, but at a cost of 5 SCVs. Oh, Adepts, they also do try to catch a Marauder. They catch reinforcements. There is a starport behind this. But BabyMarine, his push is being weakened. And it's important, yeah, that SKillous doesn't back off. SKillous just has to keep bullying the army. Remember, there's no bunker, so you can just get free damage. Oh, bit of miscontrol. Yeah, bit of miscontrol, a bit of mis-stutter stepping, losing a Stalker. Has to respect the tank. And SKillous, he can just park himself outside of range. Outside of range of that tank. Just has to react quickly. Oh! Gets baited in. Calm down, baby, calm down. Oh, gets a Marauder. Oh, not quite. Yeah, not quite able to. Prism rallying into the main. 1 Marine goes down. And dropping off a couple of Zealots. These are Slowlots. They drop in. Cashing out 3 SCVs, distracting the main army. Delaying BabyMarine. And third CC. He's not going for the 2-base all in. He's going for the third CC. Again, a rough early game here from BabyMarine. He wanted to be active. He's got Sim, he's got +1, he's got combat shields. But he cannot move out. Not without being punished. And Skills is just chilling. Just sitting behind this, getting to Storm. Storm is on the way. Immortals are being built up as well. If BabyMarine was able to spot this observer earlier and snipe it, then he could threaten a drop, or at least he could kind of get that into the mind of SKillous and have him be a little bit more uneasy. But because the observer, SKillous is safe, and SKillous knows he's safe. He knows that there's no move out. We'll drop into the main. Does focus on the SCVs, getting up to 4. 4 SCVs go down. I believe, yeah, the observer is still the observer is still just following the army. Ah. Fourth base on the way for SKillous. Now, on the one hand, there we go. Observer finally gets caught out, and now suddenly BabyMarine can go for drop play, can move out, he can now start to be a little bit more active. And SKillous, yes, be careful. Gets a Marine, pulls away. SKillous does reinforce. Oh my god, coming in with the storm drop. Yeah, massive storms on the Marines. One more storm will kill everything. Jesus. At least it punish. Catching out 2 Templar. 2 Templar went down. SKillous is almost maxed out. There's only 1 tanker in position. There's no Sim City. SKillous getting ready for the surround. Now it's a very Marauder heavy competition, so he can tank some storms. Oh god. Massive storm in the army. Sounds like we're from behind. No, the storms, they continue. There's no way to run. GG gets called as we get a full surround, and SKillous, he does take the series 2-0. GG. Whew. GG, well played. He will claim the series. Again, my condolences to BabyMarine. We did have a little bit more of a back and forth in game 1, but game 2 was a little bit more one-sided. Unfortunately, okay, winding it back, BabyMarine, he went for an aggressive build. Remember, BabyMarine, he went for an economic opener into a fast 3-1-1, delaying his starport, early stim, early +1, mass marine. Ideally, when you go for this kind of build, you want to be active. You want to move out with drops, you want to move out with your army, you want to apply some pressure, and you want to be aggressive. Otherwise, why invest so heavily into all these marines and not tech up instead? So he wanted to be active, wanted to be aggressive, but because of the observer and because of the 3-gate blink, we saw that SKillous contained him. He was able to contain a BabyMarine, and BabyMarine couldn't achieve anything despite having such a large bio army early on. He was stuck at home. Shout out to that observer. It took a long time for the observer to get sniped. When it finally went down, then finally BabyMarine could expand, but by then SKillous, he was already on 4 bases. He was already on 4 base saturation. He already was almost maxed out, had Storm, had Immortals, had plenty to work with. He was just left alone for far too long and snowball out of control. GG. GG, well played. So again, just a really rough opener, a really rough start there for BabyMarine, considering he wanted to be active and aggressive, and he was just stuck at home. Just stuck at home. And with that, congratulations, SKillous claiming the initial series, and we get ready for our next matchup of the broadcast. Un momento.